Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. I greet you all with the greeting of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and the blessing of Almighty Allah be with you all. I'd like to welcome you all for a new segment, Q&A by Sheikh MuhammadAdly Al Albaani, rahmatullah alayh. Again, this is tape or recording number 383, and this is going to be question number 6. رجل جمع ثروة من مال حرام ثم تاب فكيف يتصرف بهذا المال؟ ورد الشيخ على من أفتى بجواز الغناء. This question concerning a person who had collected a property from a lawful source, how he is supposed to get rid of it, and also the fatwa of the sheikh concerning singing. The question came saying that a person who was a singer, and while he was singing he had collected a lot of wealth, then he built a huge building with it, and nowadays he receiving the rent and the revenue of this building. The question here is two parts. Number one, the commission that he get out of this racket and singing and music, after he had repented, is it permissible for him to utilize it for himself? And if he use it or take it, can he give it in charity, or what he is supposed to do? The Sheikh Muhammad Nasiruddin Al Albaani rahmatullah alayhi answered by saying, as for me, I don't see this is permissible by any means. And this will relate to the previous question, because both of them are under the same category, that earning haram money. But this will be a different in a case that a person did not find a proper person to give him an answer. But alhamdulillah, we live in a time that you will find somebody who will tell you about what is true halal and what is haram. Nevertheless, you have to understand that the prohibition of earning from singing and musical instruments, some of scholars, they say there is no a clear-cut statement to prohibit it, and they give fatwa to one of the people from a British man who became a Muslim, and his earning was from this singing and music, and they give him a fatwa that is okay to remain in his music and his work and to earn money from it, because their backup for this, that there is no clear-cut evidence about music and singing is haram. Nevertheless, I would say opinion of the people can be accepted and rejected, can be right or wrong. And we understand that this matter among the great scholars, that in the Sharia of Islam, that does not have to be a clear-cut statement. It is enough that majority of your idea or suspecting the matter is dhann al-dalala. As we to clarify this matter, we say that there is a hadith which is clear to make the musical instruments are haram. We say that almost it became in the level of hadith mutawatir, which is the highest level of all authentication of hadith, and it is mutawatir by the meaning. Nevertheless, the hadith which is famous and known to be authentic is showing that musical instruments is haram. Nevertheless, we see that some scholars had permitted this person after he became Muslim to continue with his professional of singing and music. I would say that is not permissible for any Muslim that who had earned money from haram by any means, if this means singing or playing music or any other means, it is forbidden for him to continue getting any percentage or any revenue from this haram property. And if he's sincere about his tawbah, he have to get rid of all this property and spend it in a general public useful for people, and start to find a different way for him to earn money and income for himself. The second question was concerning the buildings that he had built and he getting rent out of the apartments. The Sheikh said this is the same. Haram is haram, and what comes from haram is haram. The Sheikh is saying if the originality of something crooked, the shadow of it is going to be crooked. So what comes from haram is haram. When a money comes to you from haram, different from the money that you had earned it yourself. If somebody inherit money that his father, as example, he earned it from haram, and the son had inherited, so the inheritance is halal. He's not responsible about what his father did. But this building that the man had bought it from haram. As a result of this, what comes out of his haram, so it's still going back to him. So the percentage and the rent that coming from haram that he had earned it before is coming to him, so it's still haram is haram, and what is comes from haram is haram. The difference in this case from question number 5 is that the person is the one who receiving the rent is the same one who had earned this unlawful property before. So it's different from the woman who had got a dowry and her husband had received it from haram or earned it from haram. She receives the dowry, which is her right Islamically in halal way, but he himself he earned from haram way. So it went from a person to person. But this issue that we're talking about today, the person who is singing and playing music earns the money from haram, and now the income that coming to him after he became Muslim or made his tawbah is coming to him also, is not going to somebody else. So it's still haram and he could not utilize it. This is the meaning of what the Sheikh said concerning this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Thank you for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.